The French faithful are rewarded. Karmine Corp are headed to finals. Semi-finals of First Stand wrapped up today, and you could not find two more different series. CFO took KC all the way to 5, but HLE summarily executed Top Esports. Hi, Initialize here. Let's dive into this most Jekyll and Hyde of days. We have come a long way from the opening days of First Stand. The performances we saw out of KC in their first showing against CFO was night and day to what we saw in the semi-finals match today. Games 1 and 2 were decidedly KC favoured. They were proactive and dangerous, while CFO's penchant for playing mid-game teamfights slid into inactivity and lifelessness. That was particularly egregious in Game 1. There was only 1 kill in 21 minutes, but KC were the ones with pressure on the map and control of the neutral objectives. Things came to a head around Dragon Soul, which KC won handily and catapulted that into Baron to really take command of the game. Shout out to Targamas and Vladdy, who had some heads-up picks around Baron in particular on the Leona and Yone, while Canna once again proved he is more than qualified to pilot Jace. He's been by far KC's most consistent member, and proved it again today. On the other hand, it was an unusually quiet game from Hongq on Azir, and Resh struggled to get value out of a normally potent Rumble.
At the very end of the fight, he can't do any damage, and KC taking the momentum they earned in the bottom half of the map and running with it. That's 5v4 for KC as they're on the victory march. That first Nexus turret is about to fall. The second is all the same. Vladdy jumps in. Hongq survives the stasis with only a second, but Doggo will die in his place. Hongq falls next. And KC will be the first team that's not HLE.
Game 2 was a lot less quiet, though CFO struggled even more to find successful plays. They'd gone for a Kindred Galio comp, with a Gragas and Nautilus for more disruptions and diving threat. The problem was, every time they pulled the trigger, KC would respond and hit them with a knockout blow of a counterpunch. You can see it when they get walled into the Dragon Pit by Vladdy early on, and again when Flying Oysters attempt to dive the bot tier 1.
The KC players for now. Junja dropping down. The Wolf right there has to flash back away from some of the incoming damage. Hongq goes into the middle of everybody, but Targamas isn't dead just yet, and Hongq's going to be first to die. The Dragon is low. It is going to be claimed by the side of CFO, but they just lost so many men. There's no way it's worth it.
The Shadow wasn't
quite there. Yeah.
If Yike's Ultimate was fully available, I feel like it would be another huge play.
Well, there it is. Now it's ready to go. Kaiwing's in some danger for the grand entrance over the top. There's the Lamb's Respite to try to keep everybody alive. The turret's still not dead yet. Yike is taken low, but Junja's on the run and he's first to die. It's 2 dead bodies in CFO jerseys. It's KC wanting even more. Kaiwing runs all the way away.
A lot of the credit for throwing those punches has to go to Yike and Vladdy, who seemingly treated the Galio ult as the bat signal, constantly ulting in response and turning around CFO's plays. Their Pantheon Taliyah combo was exceptional, the shield vault allowing for guaranteed Taliyah follow-up with the seismic shove. Somewhere out there, old-school Griffin fans shudder in remembrance. At this point, it seemed like the series would be a cakewalk for Karmine Corp, the LCP's successes in groups drying up in playoffs. And then Game 3 happened. CFO flipped the draft script. It was Nidalee Renekton time. Add in hard-shoving ADCs and Tristan Ashe with a Thresh for more pick and the Lantern, and you had priority lanes, good skirmishing, early and solid pick to make that happen. KC fought fire with fire. Ambessa, Vi, and Pyke is a lethal pick combo in its own right. Add in artillery pieces Wei and Jin, and you can fire the proverbial mortar to follow up on Yike's cease and desist wherever she may travel. What this amounted to was a much scrappier affair in the early game. This wasn't a sit back and wait to teamfight comp from CFO, and it showed. Doggo and Kaiwing won out in an early 2v2, and Rest on the Renekton, rotating back in for Driver, helped set up a great kill for Junja's Nidalee topside 2.
For the flash follow, and he takes him down with the execution there at the very end. 4th kill of the game for CFO.
It was still KC that came into mid-game with a solid lead though, with Vladdy and Targamas finding some nasty picks to accelerate the gold. And then the picks started happening. Yike gets caught out a lot to give over a number of major objectives to CFO that decimates the gold lead, and gives them control of the game for the first time this series.
Vladdy and Targamas stuck inside the pit. A beautiful bone skewer onto the pipe, and now he's in danger too. Rest goes deep, trying to find the kill on the Kata. Targamas! Wombo combo just kills 2! Everybody's about die on CFO.
Honku had some ferocious mid-game fights. Check out his double kill top. And Doggo also landed some godlike arrows to pick off Yike. Suddenly the fragile comp of KC was picked apart by the Flying Oysters.
As the arrow shot out onto Vladdy, immediately Honku wants to help out, guarantee the kill, they get it done. Now he's ready to go to Reset City. Population, Yike, double kill over to Honku. KC thinking, okay, if we give away this soul, there's just no way. Honku, right in the face of Kalist. The two youngest players in the tournament, and Honku comes out on top. The heal enough to keep him alive despite the severing bolt. Vladdy going for another one, but it won't matter. There's only one left alive on KC, and Rest is on the hunt. The volley flies out, the stasis to buy a little bit of time. One more play to bring him back. The fleeing Doggo will not matter, because Honku can get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game 4.
Game 4 was more of the same, though a slightly different shade of the same cloth both games were cut from. It was a Kalista Renata comp from CFO, so early prio when skirmishing, and then Nocturne and Akali for mid-game diving threat to pair up with that combo. KC looked to contain the Kalista Renata with a lane-dominant pairing of the Caitlyn and Karma, and then went for Aurora, Wukong, and Gnar for powerful AoE team fighting. For Canna on that Gnar in particular, a good side lane pressure point into the Ornn the driver was playing. And Canna did just that, earning a scary gold lead on the Gnar. The problem was Honku on the other side was picking up a lot of kills on the Akali to become public enemy number 1. The game was pretty close, but as the timer kept ticking up, Karmine Corp kept getting baited into fights they didn't have set up for, and the response range from an Ornn, Nocturne, and Akali was more than capable of punishing that.
Yike's in some trouble, he gets caught out, he's gonna get bursted down, the fear is there, and he's out! Beautifully picked there by CFO.
Weighted Baron flip from CFO, thanks to Kalista for putting her hand on the scales, and the great fight shortly after were all it took for CFO to swing the game too far in their favor and take us to Silver Scrapes.
Red combo. This is absolute madness from CFO. Targamas trying to keep everybody's owned away as Driver fires off an Ornn horn. Targamas getting away from it there with a flash, but now Honku has made his way forward as well. Yike, the target, the Wukong trying to escape with a perfect execution, seals his fate. The stasis from Honku. Nice toss into the immediate hostile takeover. CFO just ripped their heads off. The minion wave has arrived. Kaiwing with a beautiful handshake to force the flash away from Kana. And Doggo is on a killing mission yet again. Honku on a rampage. Second Nexus turret headed for the ground. And CFO is headed for game 5. We're going to Silver Scrape.
Game 5 delivered. It was nearly 40 minutes long with some feisty drafts on both sides. KC locked in Neela Senna, a lethal combo in later Fearless drafts when defensive options become limited, into hyper carry combo of Zeri Yuumi. We had the return of Driver's Gangplank. It was Canna's Jax that would eventually become the star. The highlights of the game are many and numerous, but the one that stands out is a masterful flank at a deciding dragon fight to pick off Honku and run down the wounded CFO squad.
Kana jumps over the wall, immediately insta-stuns Doggo. Honku's gonna be there first though. Honku's gonna die here at the very start. They pop the enemy mid laner. KC might just have themselves the fight they're looking for. They're sticking around trying to fight for the Drake instead. Lightning crashes, the Cloud Drake is slain. Doggo's moving forward. He goes in after Targamas, but now he's gonna be bursted down. He nearly dies. Massive kill coming in as Junja tries to do something in the back end, but KC have just found an absolutely huge turnaround. Beautifully done to catch Honku. Kana standing and delivering when he absolutely had to. And CFO are ace!
From dejected failure and the looming horror of an early trip back to Europe, all the way to finals. Karmine Corp in their first ever international tournament go the distance. CTBC Flying Oysters go home, but their heads should be held high. They really turned up this tournament. KC's eyes, however, must now be on their opponents. And invariably, inevitably, it was Hanwha Life Esports. There is unfortunately a lot less to say about this series. HLE crushed Top Esports. Game 1 was a team showing from HLE, another masterclass on Alistair from Delight, who surely has to be in contention for one of the best of all time on the champ at this point. He did Mata, Gorilla, and many others proud. Eyes for me, though, go to Zeka, who constantly managed to shuffle JackeyLove's normally lethal Misfortune into the waiting grasp of his teammates.
Smite has flash. Will they go in for it? Delight going to be over the wall here. Does take some jump though, but it's going to be Zeka into the back line. It's the equalizer across them all. This fight does not look close. It's HLE running over TES. It's HLE looking for more. Viper now on an angle, flashed in though is 369. It's going to be Cream trying to make something happen. Can he knock him down? He can't. It's going to be Viper dominating the game. Zay is chasing for more. It's a clean ace.
In a game where it felt like TS at the very least was able to maintain some level of parity, a clean ace, and Hanwha keep that game 1 win percentage.
Game 2. Where to begin? It was brawling mid-game skirmish comps from both teams. They actually just massacred Top Esports. There's no other way to put it. Peanut went 16-1 and 16 on Vi in possibly the most dominant performance ever on the champion. Zeka wasn't far behind with his own palindromic scoreline of 14-2 and 14 on Akali. When the Akali is doing nearly 1.4k damage a minute and the Vi is not far behind, you know the game has gone wrong. Jackie's Varus, Cream's Silas, neither really got to play the game or live up to their regional pedigree.
It's a Varus that's in trouble, and it's a Varus that's down already. Cream trying to make an impact, but he can't do anything. Zayas living for so damn long. 369 though, chopping him up, but he doesn't have the damage. Viper will survive. Viper will knock down 369. Not before he gets another. It's a 5 for 3. It's a triple for 369, but it's HLE dancing on him. HLE threatening, Hex Flash getting channeled here from Delight. Will he go for it? He's gonna go in there, diving the base again. Of course, Cream is gone, and the fight is over before it even begins. Zeka chasing after, knocks down Chris. Kanavi trying to stand, trying to fight. They're gonna dive the fountain and take him down. Jackie, there is no safe haven. Retreating into the well, they want him, and they're gonna get him. Insult to injury, HLE will not be denied. Zeka doesn't even fall to the fountain.
Game 3 was at least more competitive. Kanavi got back on his Pantheon, and an Mbessa, Aurora and Bard made for a good set of dive buddies to follow the Targonian into battle, with Jackie on Corki, which has decent follow-up with the Valkyrie too. HLE had their own combos to manage it though. Maokai plus Blitzcrank is a dangerous combination, especially as that counter pick came on through as a bit of a surprise in the Blitzcrank. The CC from Nature's Grasp makes anyone hit a sitting duck for a blitz hook, and Jhin similarly loves to follow up on CC. The game was all about the dives from TES and the response from HLE. We saw dives bot, we saw them mid repeatedly, and they were nearly always even affairs. TES tried to punish HLE's lack of globals by rushing Atakan at one point, but even that was a mixed bag.
Can HLE buy the time? Peanut is trying to fish. They're taking some damage here from Otacon, though. They're getting hit by the spins. And JackeyLove getting low. Bartolti thrown to the backline, but it doesn't actually connect. They do get the rune as Otacon, but can they get the reward after Zeka's here? Zayas is here, and that spells trouble. Viper opens up, and it's TES on the run. It's HLE taking the rewards. He follows through, but Zayas is in trouble. Viper trying to survive here, trying to get it back in. Kanavi gonna get knocked out. Cream on the run now with JackeyLove. Christmas here, too, trying to get out, but they get nothing but the initial kill.
In the end, TES could not find the clean picks they were looking for on the dives, and things came to a head when Zeka's Vladimir found his moment. An obscene Kentech blast cone into the backline during a dragon fight set up for the mother of all hemoplagues, and put Top Esports into the grave.
That is going to be their soul, and Peanut's moving forward. They're going to try to target Peanut. Peanut could be in some trouble here. He's going to get stunned up, but in goes Zeka to the back line, and it's a 4-man Hemoplague. Zeka chasing after JackeyLove. JackeyLove surviving for now, but he's incredibly low. On the other side, it's 369 looking for Viper, but it's Peanut trying to take down JackeyLove. JackeyLove surviving for now, but Zayas with the flash, the counter-strike, the kill on the back line. He's looking for Kanavi, and he's going to get him. 369 limps away.
Top Esports returned to China after once again underwhelming internationally. They won just one series this tournament. Can't even blame it on the meta shift. TES by the end of playoffs were one of the best teams at playing standard lanes and not always relying on lane swap scenarios in the LPL. There will be a lot of soul searching to be done. Hanwha Life Esports though look imperious. KC took a game off them the last time they met, but it would be hard to find any analyst favouring the blue wall going into finals tomorrow. Here's a question for you. What do Karmine Corp have to do if they want a chance of bringing home the first international trophy for EU since 2019? Let us know in the comments below. Like, comment and subscribe for more, and we'll see you all tomorrow for finals. I cannot wait.
will not be stopped, will not be slowed, will march towards the finals and an inevitable fight with K-Corp tomorrow.